Has it ever happened to you that, in the middle of the night, just when you're deeply asleep, your body forces you to get up and go to the bathroom? That interruption not only ruins your rest, it can also affect your health in the long run. The surprising part is that the solution isn't to stop drinking water, but to learn how to drink it the right way. Today, I'm going to show you how to stay hydrated properly, without sacrificing your hours of sleep. Here's what most people don't realize. Those midnight bathroom runs aren't just an annoying inconvenience. They're actually a warning sign from your body, and the consequences of ignoring them go far beyond feeling tired the next day. We're talking about serious health risks that can dramatically impact your quality of life. Let me paint you a clearer picture of what's really happening. Every time you wake up during the night, you're not just losing sleep. You're putting yourself at risk for dangerous falls in the dark. Think about it. You're half asleep, the wrong step, one unexpected obstacle, and your lighting is poor, and your balance isn't what it should be. One could end up with a serious injury that changes everything. But the dangers don't stop there. Your brain desperately needs those deep sleep cycles to function properly. During quality sleep, your mind essentially goes into cleaning mode, processing memories, and flushing out toxins that build up throughout the day. When your sleep gets chopped up night after night, this crucial maintenance doesn't happen effectively. The result? Mental fog, memory problems, difficulty concentrating, and over time, an increased risk of cognitive decline. And here's something that might shock you. Every time you jolt awake, your body releases stress hormones. Your heart rate spikes, your blood pressure jumps, and you're essentially putting your cardiovascular system through a workout when it should be resting. Imagine doing this multiple times every single night. Week. There's the emotional toll. Chronic fatigue doesn't after week, year after year. The strain just make you tired, its stay on your heart and blood vessels is enormous. Thens your joy, makes you irritable, and can lead to anxiety and depression. You start avoiding activities you once loved, you become distant from family and friends, and Eugetchen controls your life. Now, you're stuck in this vicious cycle where exhaust might be wondering why this happens more frequently as we get older. The answer lies in several biological changes that occur naturally over time. Your body starts producing less of this hormone's job is to tell your kidneys to slow down. Urine, crucial hormone, called antidiuretic hormone, or ADH. Production while you sleep. With less ADH, circulating at capacity might decrease willfully. Additionally, your bladder's filling your bladder when you should be resting peace night. Your kidneys keep working overtime, age, and here's something fascinating that most people never consider. Fluid redistribution during extremities. You might notice your ankles are the day. Gravity causes fluids to pool in your lower, slightly swollen by evening. When you finally lie down to sleep, gravity releases its hold on these fluids, and they flow back into your bloodstream. You're into urine that fills your bladder hours later. But here's where kidneys then have to process this extra fluid. Turning things get really interesting, and why I'm so passionate about sharing this information with you. Most people, with the best intentions, are common myths that seem logical but are scientifically wrong, actually making their nighttime bathroom problems worse. They're falling for the biggest myth, drinking less water during the day, to reasonable, right? Less liquid in means less liquid out. Reduce nighttime urination. This sounds fluids during the day, your urine becomes highly concentrated. But your body doesn't work that way. When you restrict almost like a concentrated cleaning solution. This super concentrated urinering urgent signals, even when your bladder isn't, irritates your bladder walls, making them hypersensitive and tricked full. Even worse, when you finally do drink something in the evening to quench that built-up thirst, your dehydrated body tries to process all that liquid at once. Ironically, drinking too little during the day can actually increase your often during the night when you least want it. So myth is blaming everything on having a naturally small bladder. While some people may nighttime bathroom trips, another dangerous case is of frequent nighttime urination. The problem isn't the size have slightly different bladder capacities in most producing urine at night. You could have the largest of your bladder, but the rate at which your kidneys are about alcohol, helping you sleep better. Yes, that non-stop, you'll still wake up multiple bladder in the world, but if your kidneys are working times, and then there's the myth glass of wine might make you drowsy initially. But alcohol is actually, only is alcohol a powerful diuretic, but it also blocks of the worst culprits for nighttime bathroom trips. Not the release of that precious antidiuretic hormone we talked about earlier. So you're getting a double hit. More liquid production and less natural regulation of that production. The truth is, there's a specific, scientifically proven approach to high disruptive nighttime bathroom visits. Hydration that can dramatically reduce or even eliminate those is not about drinking less. It's about drinking smarter. It's about working with your body's natural rhythms instead of against them. This patients who were convinced they'd have to live with interrupter method has transformed the lives of countless sleep forever. People who hadn't experienced a full night's rest in years suddenly found themselves sleeping 7, 8, even 9 hours straight. Their energy returned, their mental clarity improved, and they reclaimed the joy that chronic fatigue had stolen from them. The strategy I'm about to share with you is elegantly simple, yet incredibly effective. It's based on understanding how your body processes fluids throughout the day and night, and it involves precise timing that works in harmony with your natural biological about getting better sleep, though that alone would be life-changing. This is about recla-changing approach. I want you to understand something crucial. This isn't just processes. But before I reveal this game, aiming your independence, your confidence, and your overall quality of life. It's about no longer being a prisoner to your bladder, no longer planning your day around bathroom locations, and no longer waking up exhaust strategic timing, specific techniques, and a feud every single morning. The method involves support strategies that amplify the results. When combined properly, these elements create a powerful system that addresses the root causes of nighttime urination rather than just masking the symptoms. Are you ready to discover exactly how this works? Because what comes next is the detailed, step-by-step protocol that could transform your nights starting today. That you think about hydration throughout your day. Most method begins with a fundamental shift in how people approach drinking water randomly, sipping whenever they feel thirsty, or grabbing a glass here and there without any real strategy. But your body operates on predictable rhythms, and when you align, be absolutely remarkable. Think of your kidney, your fluid intake, with these natural cycles, the results kidneys as incredibly sophisticated filtration systems that work differently depending on the time of day. During morning and afternoon hours, they're operating at peak efficiency, processing fluids rapidly while you're active and upright. But changes everything is this. You want to front as evening approaches, and your body begins preparing, start shifting into a different mode entirely. The key insight that for rest, these same organs load your hydration when your body is best equipped to handle it. This means consuming the majority of your daily fluid intake during the first 2/3 of your day, creating a strategic decline as bedtime approaches. Here's how this works in practice. Upon waking, your body is naturally dehydrated from hours without fluid intake. This is actually the full glasses of water within the first hour of being awake. Keep perfect opportunity to begin aggressive rehydration. Start with 1 or 2 a water bottle nearby throughout the morning and take regular sips, not waiting until you feel thirsty. By lunchtime, you should be well ahead of your hydration goals for the day. Continue drinking normally through the early afternoon, but here's where the strategy becomes crucial. Around I call the gradual transition phase. 4 in the afternoon, you begin what don't stop drinking entirely, but you significantly. From 4 o'clock onward, you reduce your intake. Think of it like slowly pressing the brakes on a car rather than slamming them suddenly. Have small a glass with dinner, but nothing approaching sips if needed. Perhaps half reduction serves a vital purpose. It gives the volume you consumed earlier in the day. This graduates you've already consumed, while your kidneys time to process the flu to start winding down urine production. You signaling to your body that it's time are essentially preparing your system for the night ahead. But you typically go to bed at 10 o'clock, because it requires genuine discipline. You must establish at least 2 hours long. If here's the most critical part of the entire protocol before bed, during which you consume absolutely no liquids whatsoever. And this is where most people struggle, what I call a sacred window of time. Last sip of any liquid should occur, no. This sacred window should be at later than 8. No exceptions, no negotiations, no tiny sips because your mouth feels dry. This 2-hour buffer your kidneys to complete their final processing sleep. During this sacred window, and filtration before you lay down to period is essential because it allows you experience dry mouth, you can rinse with water without swallowing or take the tiniest possible sip. Just small amounts of fluid consumed close to bedtime will petition to drink normally because even to moisten your lips. But resist the TEM. Now, let me share some likely result in middle of the night bathroom trips advanced techniques that can amplify these results. Even efficiently, your body actually uses the further. The first involves optimizing how water you consume. Not all hydration is created equal, and their morning water intake far more effective. Here's a simple trick that can make your very first glass of water each day. Add just a small pinch of high-quality sea salt and a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. The salt helps your cells actually absorb and retain the water more effectively, while the lemon provides beneficial electrolytes. This isn't about drinking salt water, just a tiny amount that enhances absorption and can reduce your overall thirst throughout the day. Your evening meal also plays a crucial role in dinner, can either support your efforts or completely sabotage them. Foods that this system. What you eat forward with simple sugars can irritate your bladder and increase overnight, are highly spiced, acidic, or load urine production. Watery foods like so better consumed earlier in the day. In stopes, cucumbers, or watermelon are added. Focus your dinner around lean proteins and cooked vegetables. These foods provide steady energy without creating additional fluid load or bladder irritation. Avoid caffeine entirely after 2 in the afternoon, as it can remain in your system for 6 to 8 hours and axe the night, but this is actually one of the most important. Most people rush through their final bathroom visit as a diuretic. There's also a powerful technique, eye moments, in your entire routine. When you go, recommend for ensuring your bladder is completely empty before sleep to the bathroom right before bed. Don't stand and rush through it. Sit down allows for more complete bladder emptying. After, even if you're male, because this position you finish urinating, don't immediately stand up. Wait about 30 to 60 seconds, then lean slightly L. This technique, combined with proper, be surprised by how much additional urine you can timing of fluid intake, can be the difference forward and try to urinate again. You'll often between sleeping through the night and waking up multiple times. You're essentially ensuring that your bladder reservoir is as empty as possible before beginning your sleep cycle. Another game-changing strategy involves managing the fluid redistribution I mentioned earlier. Remember how fluids pool in your legs during the day and then return to your bloodstream when you lie down? You can actually get ahead of this process. 1 to 2 hours before bedtime, elevate your legs above heart level for about 15 to 20 minutes. Prop them up on cushions while you're watching television or reading. This uses gravity to encourage that pooled fluid to return to circulation while you're still awake, allowing your kidneys to process it before sleep rather than during the night. The science behind this method is solid, but the real proof comes from the thousands of people who have implemented these strategies and experienced dramatic improvements in their sleep quality and overall energy levels. These aren't just minor approach completely transforms their relationship with sleep and their confidence in their own bodies. Adjustments. For many people, the transformation doesn't happen overnight, but most people notice significant improvements within just a few days of implementing this system properly. Your body begins adapting to the new rhythm almost immediately, and you'll likely find yourself sleeping for longer stretches much sooner than you might expect. But let's address something important here. Consistency is absolutely everything. This isn't a method you can apply half-heartedly or only when you remember. Your kidneys and bladder function on biological rhythms that respond to patterns, not random attempts. When you commit to following this protocol, every retraining your body's natural processes. Think single day, you're essentially habit to a very smart but stubborn student of it, like teaching anew. Your kidneys need to learn this new schedule, and they will, but only if you provide clear, consistent signals day after day. Skip the protocol one evening because you're at a dinner party, and you might find yourself back to square one, waking up multiple times that night. Here's what makes this approach so powerful compared to other solutions people typically try. Most remedies focus on the symptoms rather than the underlying causes. People take medications that might reduce bladder sensitivity, or they try limiting all fluids after dinner, or they resign themselves to adult diapers. But none of these approaches address the fundamental issue. Your kidneys are producing too much urine at the wrong time. This method works because it targets the root cause. You're not fighting against your body's natural processes. You're working with them. You're giving your kidneys the optimal conditions to do their job efficiently during daytime hours when you want them active, and then allowing them to slow down naturally as bedtime approaches. The psychological impact of regaining control over your sleep cannot be overstated. When you're no longer living in fear of waking up multiple times, when you stop planning your evening activities around bathroom accessibility, when you can travel without anxiety about disrupted sleep in unfamiliar places, your entire outlook on life changes. I've heard from people who started taking evening walks again because they weren't exhausted from broken sleep. Others returned to social activities they'd been avoiding, no longer worried about frequent bathroom breaks, disrupting conversations or entertainment. Some rediscovered hobbies they'd abandoned because fatigue had stolen their enthusiasm and focus. Your energy levels during the day will likely surprise you once you begin getting uninterrupted sleep. That afternoon crash you've attributed to aging might disappear entirely. Your memory and concentration can improve dramatically when your brain finally gets the deep sleep cycles it needs for proper maintenance and restoration. The ripple effects extend to your relationships too. When you're well rested, you're more patient, more present, and more from your improved mood and energy and emotionally available to the people you care about. Your partner benefits being disturbed by your nighttime movements. They also get better sleep when they're not. There you have it, the scientifically proven method that could finally give you the restful nights you deserve. Remember, this isn't about depriving yourself of water. It's about strategic timing that works with your body's natural rhythms. Front load your hydration in the morning, gradually reduce intake after 4 p.m., maintain that sacred 2-hour window before bed, and support your success with the advanced techniques I've shared. Your transformation starts tonight. Sweet dreams await you.